Hey everybody, it's Friday afternoon. It's time for a little pop-up, kind of a precursor to tonight when we have PNN. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern. Join us live if you can. We would love to have you. And I want to look at a couple things briefly. And one is, in light of all the hearings that we know the Democrats have been doing and really going after this administration, members of this illegitimate criminal authoritarian cheated to get in there administration. The Democrats have been doing great. Send them a lot of good vibes, send them a lot of support, phone calls, keep it going. We need you to help us to save our democracy. Tell them we're behind them. We'll do what's needed. They're holding the feet to the fire of Kash Patel and Kristi Noem and all the rest of there's so many. So first off, I'm going to ask the pendulum, how close are we to a complete overhaul of our democracy into authoritarianism? So I'm going to go on a scale of 1 to 10. Where are we at with our democracy being overthrown? I'm just going to ask the hard question. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being we've arrived at authoritarianism. 1, 2, pretty low. That's the good news. Let's make sure the good news keeps coming. Well, that's interesting because I actually thought that it would be closer than that it would indicate that we're closer to authoritarianism than 1 or 2 on the scale. That was about a 1.5, 2. So let's read on Kristi Noem. Oh my gosh, it makes me crazy how she drones on when somebody's talking to her and she just you know what? That's only happened to me a few times in my life, a long time ago, and I can't think of anything that's more unnervingly infuriating than that. It's pretty off the charts. WTF. What the hell? So let's use the nefarious cards for Kristi Noem. I'm going to do my best to keep this under 15 minutes. Maybe I'll do a cliffhanger at the end so you come back for PNN tonight. I'll have to think of something. That shouldn't be too difficult. There's lots of potential cliffhangers. 3 cards about Kristi Noem. I see arrest. I see handcuffs. Now, I'm not going to say when. We don't do that very much here. I see people just, when I think of Kristi Noem right now, I see people that just are like, whoa boy, wait until we lawfully rein her in. 2 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups, it's being weighed out. She has stolen. All right, I'm going to say it, and I hate to say this, but this is what's going on. She is a shyster criminal. What she's doing is shyster criminal. It's mind-boggling how brazen she is. I do see her in a past lifetime, actually, as a gangster. You know, the guys that robbed the trains? Robber barons, maybe? Anyway, like Bonnie and Clyde, kind of. Anyway, I just, I had a flash and I'm trying to interpret what it is. Yeah, she's bad. Yeah, I get that in that lifetime. I feel like she was in the Wild West as a male in a past lifetime, and she has no conscience. She came back into this lifetime with no conscience and wanting revenge on the law. That's my psychic impression of her past life. So as far as her fate goes, 2 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups. She's just kind of hanging in the balance. Just, I'll just do this. I'll just avoid this, and I'll avoid that, and I'll avoid accountability. She's been told that she can. The 7 of Swords, that she's stolen that position. So let's ask the pendulum this. It's kind of reading her current energy. Will Kristi be I didn't, the words didn't even come out of my mouth, and she will be arrested. I get that. I'm not going to ask for a time frame, but she will be arrested for the crime. Brazen crime she's committed. For some reason I see anonymous in front of my mind's eye. So you might come across a video of anonymous saying they have the dirt. Let's read on Kash Patel. Diving into the slime. What? I mean, these are people that it's intentional that they're acting so infuriatingly annoying. It's intentional. Like spoiled brat kids. You know, the spoiled brat kids that you just eventually, when they get what's due them, you just feel like so vindicated. Crazy Kash Patel. They're sociopaths. That would be something that you could look up in the diagnostic book. Yeah, as the Donald, you know, and we're really in an interesting place in this country right now. We need all hands on deck. Kash Patel's fate. Kash Patel will become so burdened, and his nefarious connections will be known. Now I'm connecting him to Saudi Arabia, and interesting. And we'll read on this too, because Kathy Beal had asked me a couple questions about this. Maybe I'll do it now. But I'm reading on Kash Patel, and I feel connections to Saudi Arabia. I don't know his origin. I think he's Indian. Yeah. I'm connecting him with the Middle East. As far as what's coming for him, he's just going to keep getting hammered with questions and more questions and investigations and whistleblowers and questions and investigations and whistleblowers. Why he's the head of the FBI, I don't know. We'll look at that tonight, maybe. Well, let's just ask, will Kash Patel get arrested? It's like, I'm getting a no. Okay, well, will Kash Patel remain in his position as the FBI director? No. Well, let me ask this, because this brings up the question, if he's not going to get arrested, is Kash Patel planning to leave the country if he's outed? It's up in the air. Not decided. Kind of, yeah. Okay, well, let's do this. Will Kash Patel be found out? Yes. Will Kash Patel face consequences for being found out? Yes. So there's justice somewhere. Right now in the United States of America, we don't know where it is. There's a very strong yes on that. Is there any justice available in the United States of America government to hold these people accountable? Yes. Not sure what it is. Because it's not going to be Pam Bondi. Is it the military? I have a yes. I have a yes. It's a pretty strong yes. Wow, okay. Interesting time to be a psychic, to be doing this work. because there's so much that's hidden. And we have that full moon in Scorpio coming up on Monday. And that's about hidden things being revealed. Okay. So I think I will ask the question. I know that Donald is talking about going to Saudi Arabia. So I'm just going to ask about just a little bit more about that. First of all, is he actually going to Saudi Arabia? I don't know when he plans to. Is he actually going? That's up in the air. Pendulum's been doing this thing a lot. It's up in the air, so let's look at more about that. Okay, let me do this. I'm going to pull 3 cards on his plans to go to Saudi Arabia. The Orange Buffoon. But it's uncertain whether he'll go. Could he be stopped by legal issues? Yeah. I don't even have to ask about anything else because it's saying legal issues will keep him from going to Saudi Arabia. I do get a sense of behind the scenes something being worked on to stop this runaway criminal train. 3 of Swords. Oh yeah. And actually yesterday I read on the Orange Buffoon and I got a very strong 3 of Swords. I want to ask the pendulum, is this heart trouble? Is that why this is coming? It's not heart trouble that's being indicated here. I'm not saying he has a strong heart and is not a candidate for a heart attack. I'm not saying that. But this is more indicating the pain that he will be up against because of betrayal. So the Orange Buffoon stands to, he faces betrayal. The guides are saying a few people that he threw under the bus are going to retaliate against him. This is interesting. And the 4 of Wands. He's going. Whoa. He's gonna. The Donald is gonna be leaning into his family for loyalty, but for some reason I see loyalty falling away. I'm seeing betrayal for him. Okay, so I was asking about him going to Saudi Arabia. Okay. Somebody's going to stick it to him. And I feel like it's something to do with his family betraying him. And Don Jr. is popping into my mind. So that's kind of interesting. Asking about his planned trip. Are his children planning to betray him? Yes, they have no loyalty to him. I don't care how many times Eric Trump says, my father, my father, my father. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Very strong. Donald's own children will betray him. Are they planning to move to Saudi Arabia? No. Am I picking up that the Orange Buffoon's family will betray him? Is it because they want to save their own skin? Yep. Well, this portends some interesting days ahead. For more on this, join us tonight, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 7 p.m. Eastern, for the Psychic News Network. And please consider booking a reading. Don't just consider it, book a reading. There's a special rate for new clients. PsychicAnnetteDion.com. I'm also offering $100 off spiritual life coaching for a package. All right. See you later. Thumbs up, please, and subscribe. Namaste.